Try down there at 25. Yeah. I'm Drew Case from Beyond Seclusion, bringing you the reviews directly here to Gun.Deals Now. So this is the latest and the greatest, their M9 A4. Basically, you know, it's sort of a competition match. We've got threaded barrel, it's optics ready, awesome trigger. Real quick, I want to do sort of, I guess you would call this out of the box. It comes in this, I like this carry case. At first I thought they sent me ammo. No, this is how it comes. So it comes with 3 mags, you've got 2 there, and then you've got 1 in the gun, and it's got the side plates, the lock, the instruction manual. Nice. Okay, so we've got it out. Take the mag out. Okay, we're clear. The optics plate, I'll be really curious to see how this works. I don't think we're gonna be able to use the sights. When I got an optics plate on there, they just like it, they're gonna be too low, but that'll be interesting to see how that goes. It has the old classic decocking. You know, those that aren't familiar with that, it's gonna kind of rattle you. It's got the 2-stage trigger. Okay, I love that. You can get, you know, we'll find out, we'll run some hard primers through there, and sometimes you'll get a fire on the second one. But I like that, you know, I like the good old-fashioned hammer and the decocking. Okay, it is not ambidextrous. We do not have the slide release on both sides. It looks like we can probably switch the mag release. I'll have to look in the directions. You know, we've got a 3-slot Picatinny rail here. We've got a threaded muzzle. We've got the tritium sights. They're very visible. I really like it. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice, guys, is when this is in your hands, it is comfortable. And it is a smaller, thinner profile, at least as far as I can remember, than the original Beretta. This is really aggressive texturing. I really do like it. Okay, as far as the breakdown goes, you need to have the mag out. There's a little button here on the backside. We push this in. This goes down, and it just slides off. I always loved that about Beretta. And then to reverse it, the trigger on this is nice, okay? Got a fair amount of travel. Okay, there's really no creep or mush. Short reset. Yeah, let's measure that. That's a nice trigger, guys. Okay, that's showing 6 pounds. It feels a lot less than that. Okay, we got about 5.5. That feels a little bit better. Shows 6. So that should have answered all your technical questions. So let's just see what we can do with it with the iron sights before we get an optic on it. We're gonna start off at 25 yards. I got the 115 grain XTP. I want to maximize accuracy. Now, the reason that I'm benching this and at 25 yards is I want to showcase this is capability and accuracy, not mine. We'll test that later when I go back to the CQB range and I'm just standing and free shooting, but I want to show what we can get for groups. Let's see what we get with this. That's not too bad, guys. For iron sights and beans that I can't see the iron sights hardly at all, and they're all blurry. It is shooting just a little bit to the left. I want to see if I can give it just a tap and get that centered just a little bit better so we have better luck banging at some distance. For our first group of accuracy, this is what we're going to go with. Okay, we just got done with the first group. Let's take a look. Okay, 25 yards, benching it. Yeah, that's about the best that I can do. I can't get these groups standing anyway. There's our AAC. The 115 grain of the XCP, I did try tapping it to the right. I don't seem to be successful. There's the 124. That seems a little bit more centered. I did go out of order here. I mixed them around. So this is the gold dot carry gun. Hey, that's a nice tight group. There's the Fiocchi. My gosh, you know, guys, I have always been super impressed with this range dynamic. That's awesome. Let's see, that is... So that's the Blazer, the aluminum. Again, we need to come right. And then American Eagle, that's pretty tight. Had a little flyer there. All right, let's get up some new paper. For our last group here, we're going to go with this. I've got a couple 147 grain. We're going to use the can. I want to see how these do. Okay, that last group was pretty impressive, -1. I don't know if the barrel's just getting broken in or I'm getting better, whatever. AAC, the 147, there's our 5 shots. That's not bad, guys. The gold dot, there's 2. So there is 5 shots right there. Minus the, you know, if you call that a flyer, that is awesome. I wish I just had a ton of that. The AAC, the 115 grain, you know, I've been having this kind of result here lately. I'm not sure what's up with that. But yeah. Then the AAC, the 124, that's tight, guys. That is really tight. And that's range ammo. Now, Wolf, people always underrate Wolf. I have incredible accuracy with Wolf. You know, it is steel case. And then the Gecko, I usually have really good luck with that. I think we're going to take the 124 and go back to the CQB range. Well, that makes me wonder now at 100 yards. Okay, so this is the same box of ammo, the 147 grain. Let's try 100 again. That's a little better. Well, at least we got to finish with a ting. Let's try standing at 50. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Let's give this a try one-handed. Yeah. Okay, so we saw what we could do with it at distance. What can we do with it with what most people would use it for? Try down there at 25. Ooh. Okay, so we had a failure to extract there. Keep thinking I was out. Guys, before I forget, I absolutely love this trigger. You're gonna love it too. The night sights are really easy to see. Anyway, there you go. You decide what you think. I forgot to put my suppressor on it. However, it does not have suppressor sights. So as you can see, I'm not gonna really be able to aim. I'm about 15 yards. Let's see how we can do. What I'll do is I'll do more with the suppressor when I get an optic mounted on it. You know, you can get her done. Okay, so we're about 20 feet here. Yeah, it definitely helps to be able to see your sights. All right, guys, I got the plate. I'm excited to get this on there. This is heavy. Okay, this isn't one of those cheap aluminum ones. You know, I say this in every Beretta review that I do. I would love to see them include the plates. I know that's a little extra cost, you know, but with like this one especially, yeah, I think they could throw in at least 2 or 3 plates. You know, RMR seems to be the most common. I would highly encourage them to put the plates in because of one of the big reasons is a lot of times these are out of stock and they're actually hard to get a hold of. So even if they had to increase the cost just a little bit, if it's too expensive, you know, to just add these in. But anyway, let's get this mounted and let's see what we can get for accuracy with a red dot. And then let's see how far we can go with this. Let's try these 6 different rounds, about 25 yards. Okay, so we're gonna get our groups here. We're gonna do 5-shot groups. Show you real quick what I'm seeing. There you can see the dot a little bit better there next to the post. So that's the dot on high at about 25 yards. Let's just take a look at those groups. All right, so that's our AAC row. That's 115 grain. Apparently it didn't like a cold barrel. So I was just working on some groups with Beretta's APX A1 Compact Tactical, and I got crazy stupid accurate groups. I knew something had to be up with this, so I went inside, I checked, yeah, the plate was coming loose. You need to really lock tight that. But anyway, I reshot everything. Check out these groups. Yeah. That's more what I expected. Now, this is actually the 115 grain, and I was aiming over here, so I had to readjust. That's tight, guys, flyer. So then I made a whole bunch of adjustments. Then this is the 124 grain group, the XTP, and then this is the 147, and there's 5 shots there, guys. That's not bad. That is the spear, the carry. Again, flyer, nice. That's the Hornady Critical Duty. Happy with that. And then the Federal Hydra Shock. Much more what I was expecting. So in all my videos, when you are looking down the gun, this is how I'm doing it. I've got my stand here, and I've got it in the middle, and then I'm holding it and looking between, underneath the camera. I think it's aiming a little to the left. Yeah, the 2 misses were definitely on me for flinching. Now, you might not be thinking that that's too terribly difficult at 50 yards. I've got some AAC full metal jacket range ammo. Let's just see what we can do at 100 yards. Good place to start. So this is what we're seeing at 100 yards. Yeah, pretty small sight picture. So let's try it at 100 with range ammo. Sucks to end on a miss. Real quick, I want to show you what my field of view is at 200 yards. Yeah, I mean, that's really pushing it. Let me zero in here. I really do like that fast fire 4. Well, there you go, guys. I hope that answered all of your questions, gave you what you were looking for. If so, come check me out on Beyond Seclusion on YouTube. Anyway, until next time on Gun.Deals, happy shooting. Remember, educate our young people to shooting and gun safety. And every time that you're on the range, that makes you an ambassador for the Second Amendment. So be a good ambassador. Don't be stupid. Be a safe and responsible gun owner.